Howdy ho, motherfuckers. Larrydoom here. We're here to discuss the co-main to UFC 302. I'm back. We're bigger than ever, and I'm going to stay consistent with the UFC content I'm going to be pushing out over this week and for the rest of the time. Anyway, UFC 302 covered the main event in my previous video. In this video, I'm covering the co-main. In the co-main, it is Sean Strickland against the one, the only, Borachima, Mr. Secret Juice, Paulo Costa, who once was an up-and-comer, rising star, not really talked about much, to now taking off on Twitter, building a huge Chad fan base, and becoming one of the most Chad fighters ever in the UFC and in the fight game in general. It's going to be a huge fight. It's going to be a big fight. It's going to be entertaining. I look forward to even the press conference in which Sean Strickland's going to say some crazy, conspiracy theory-esque bullshit, and Paulo Costa is going to follow up in some broken English and mostly Brazilian shit about, conspiracy theories. Anyway, it's going to be a big-ass conspiracy theory fun fight. And I'm here to break down my prediction and just talk about the fight in general. Anyway, we got Sean Strickland coming off. Sean Strickland, he's been hovering. Years ago he was hovering, not really talked about until his political views came on the map, and he did end up fighting Izzy Adesanya because Izzy was looking for some challenge and he was bored with the other usual fighters he was fighting. And he was entering that GOAT status, so he needed to just, keep fighting, stay consistent, and I applaud him for that. So he fought Sean Strickland, and to everyone, and I mean every fucking one in the world's surprise, Sean Strickland was a terrible matchup for Izzy. Terrible for Izzy. He just shut Izzy down. Izzy couldn't really do anything, and Sean Strickland's teep to the body, jab cross, and Philly shell technique, which is kind of boring as all hell, but still effective, was able to shut down Izzy and earn Strickland a UFC title, in which Strickland held that title until his next fight, which he arguably won that fight, but still lost that fight to Dricum Duplessis or Dricus Duplessis, or whatever the fuck his name is. Anyway, Strickland's back, and he is fighting Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa coming off the loss to Robert Whittaker. Again, arguable loss. I think he won that fight. Despite Whittaker's flurries, I feel like Paulo Costa did more damage, and he had a near knockout in round 1 or 2. I forgot which round it was, but it was a beautiful head. Was it a head kick or a spinning back kick? Some crazy ass kick. Put fucking Whittaker on skates, and Whittaker was saved by the bell. The bell being the end of the round. Anyway, this will be a good fight. I see it going all 5 rounds. I don't think either guys are finishers. I don't think they have like crazy finishing blows. Paulo Costa has a lot of power. That being said, I don't think he's going to be able to land anything crazily like knockout heavy on Strickland, given Strickland's, again, teep to the body, 1-2, Philly shell, step back technique. So that being said, I do have Paulo Costa winning. Even though that being said, I do have Paulo Costa winning this fight. Sean Strickland's 1-2 jab, teeth to the body. What I'm saying, that boring ass technique shit I keep repeating, it's very effective. Although because it did fall through against Dricus, I think it's also going to fall through against Paulo. I don't see the fight going to the ground. I think both fighters are going to want to stand up and bang. But I feel like Strickland's not as heavy as a striker. Again, this technique is effective, but not, it deals damage, but it's not, knockout crazy. Like, even though it almost knocked out Izzy, it almost knocked out Izzy. It didn't knock out Izzy. So, again, that being said, I think Paulo Costa is going to be able to find some way to deal more damage and probably nearly knock out Strickland maybe twice. And I feel like with the swagger, with the showboating, and again, the damage dealing, I think Paulo Costa is going to come out of this with a unanimous decision and win the fight. Maybe not even unanimous, but just decision. I have Paulo Costa winning this fight by decision. Strickland, as strong of a speaker and as pretty good of a fighter as he is, he was able to get that good matchup against Izzy Adesanya and win himself a belt and build on his legacy a bit. But that being said, I don't think he's going to see that belt probably ever again. And I don't think he's going to beat Costa. And I think this is going to be a good case for Costa to either get a title fight or have to fight one more time before getting a title fight. And I would love to see Paulo Costa get the belt, but the Costa Dricus matchup, I'd have to really think more on that. Anyway, that's my prediction for the co-main for UFC 302 in Costa versus Strickland. I have Paulo Costa winning the fight via decision, unanimous or not unanimous. I'm your UFC fight confidant, friendly neighborhood Larry Doom, signing off. Fuck you guys.